Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Newell. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. Now, of course, today is no different. Today, we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Orange County and everything that's going on with Vicki Gunvalson and her fiance, Steve Lodge. Guys, we're going to jump into all of that. But before we do, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. Because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. Now with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it seems like Vicki Gunvalson and her fiance, Steve Lodge, are speaking out after the aspiring politician lost his bid to become the governor of California. Now, we did a video on this, and he lost... Well, oh gosh, this is pretty bad. He only received 0.2% of the vote in the California recall election, which he attempted and unsuccessfully to force Governor Gavin Newsom to step down from his role in office. And he offered a public statement. Well, technically, Vicki did, and he weighed in. Vicki said this. Yesterday, California had a chance to recall Newsom as our California governor and get a new person to replace him. As most of you know, Steve Lodge was running to replace him, and unfortunately, he did not win. Many, as Californians, were looking for hope to stop the corruption that has been affecting so many of us who live in this beautiful state. We have become an outbound state that is unfortunate. A new governor would have given so many of us hope for a new, healthier state. I am proud of the strength it took Steve to take on the challenge. Okay. Meanwhile, Steve, who gathered about 12,617 of the 5,057,345 votes that were submitted, took to his Instagram page where he reflected on his political loss. Steve said this: "Wars are won one battle at a time." It's very prolific. Okay. "You win some battles and you lose others. The true warriors continue their mission, and although that mission may change, the objective is still to win the war. The war against evil must be continued until Christ returns." Okay. Steve, who, mind you, again, this is Vicki's fiance, and they've been engaged since April of 2019, also shared a series of posts on his Instagram page, and one featured a similar message to the one seen above, and another featured a screenshot of an Instagram comment and an additional quote. It said this: "Americans across the country must rise up and take back the school boards, city councils, boards of supervisors, congressional representatives, and governors' positions." This sounds deep, but it keeps going. "We must force election integrity in every state by the initiative process where the legislator will not cooperate." Okay. Then in the second message, he said, "Fighting for our freedom will never get easier. We will maintain our liberties without sacrifice. Our fight has just begun." Again, guys, mind you, he completely lost out in this political election. This was something that no one was really even expecting. Andy Cohen joked and said, how crazy would it be if Vicki Gunvalson was the First Lady of California, which we all kind of wondered, with her certain level of Bravo celebrity, being a public figure, would he be able to pull this off? And it looks like that was a no. Like we said in our former video, Vicki's son-in-law and her son, they were not supportive of Steve Lodge running for governor. And not only were they not supportive, they were pretty vocal about the fact that they hope that, well, Vicki was not funding this whole campaign. Vicki said she was not funding the campaign. She was just sticking by him and supporting him as he tried to help make California beautiful again. Well, we have a few more updates when it comes to the Real Housewives of Orange County. It looks like they're wrapping up pretty soon when it comes to filming season 16. We saw Noella Bergner, and she was filming her intro, and she had her orange. She looked beautiful, by the way, and had such an immense amount of energy. It was insane. So usually when they start doing these, you can tell that they're wrapping up the show, and it means that Noella Bergner is definitely a full-time housewife, which we expected anyways. Ronald Richards has been following this pretty closely, but for Noella Bergner, she will have probably one of the biggest storylines on the show because there's a lot of scandal surrounding her soon-to-be ex-husband. He was accused of owing almost $6 million in back taxes, and She said she was caught off guard by it. She said that she either found out a week before filming or a week into filming, and she didn't even find out from her husband, James Bergner himself. She found out through social media and the headlines. So she was caught off guard. She actually ended up filing for legal separation in the state of California, where he shortly after filed for a divorce in Puerto Rico. This is why Ronald Richards is on top of this, because it doesn't really make sense. And some people wondered, why would you file for legal separation? Why wouldn't you just file for divorce? What does that mean? Well, he explained it like this. Once you file for legal separation, all of the money that you make after that is not on the table. So if she hasn't been paid from the Real Housewives of Orange County until, after the end of the season, which normally they get half the money up front and half the money at the end, if she hasn't been paid for it yet, then she doesn't have to give that money to James. She gets to keep that money, which makes sense as to why she wouldn't share that money with James and she would file for legal separation, because she doesn't want the IRS or whoever's coming to collect the almost $6 million knocking on her door for the money. BRAUNWYN did say that this isn't news to anyone. This is actually old news. She said she's known about this for a long time. BRAUNWYN, I don't even know why BRAUNWYN's speaking on this. I feel like BRAUNWYN feels some sort of entitlement to speak on it because of the simple fact that Noella Bergner was her friend and she introduced Noella to all of us last season. And she definitely was down in the dumps after Noella got hired and BRAUNWYN got fired. Okay. So was Kelly Dodd, but look at her. She's doing a podcast called Unmasked Podcast, whatever, with Rick Leventhal, and she's ripping everybody's heads off because now she gets to be unfiltered, and she couldn't necessarily do that on the show. Oh, all right, guys. So I have a lot of questions for you. What do you think about Vicki Gunvalson's statement about her fiance's loss and his political run? How do you feel about Steve Lodge and his quotes and saying that we need to continue to fight this war until Christ returns? What are your thoughts on this? And are you excited for season 16 and knowing that they finally wrapped? Well, not finally wrapped. They finally filmed the intros and they will be wrapping soon. That just means good news that Real Housewives of Orange County, I'm willing to bet, will be here by the end of 2021. I am so excited. We're probably not going to be waiting till 2022 for it. I bet you it will premiere, if I had to guess, in November. So once the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fades out, I'm sure we will start fading in the Real Housewives of Orange County. And I'm so excited for this because I can't wait to see Heather Dubrow. I can't wait to get to know Noella Bergner more. We have 2 or 3 newbies. Where the hell is Tamra Judge? And Vicki Gunvalson's making a cameo. There's a lot to look forward to here. So sorry if I'm just as excited as I am. All right, guys, you know what to do. Go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.